All right, hey guys, here we are, hole 9. Now, one of the things that I'll typically do here is I might try to beat this as close to the edge as I can without, having to worry about it rolling into that rough up there. Typically, what I try to do is I try to get this to short iron range. So that's the goal, is I try to get this. Now, if I can't, let's just say I would have got a headwind, I would have went straight at the hole and tried to, get it. I'll show you where I would have tried to put that. I would have just tried to put it here. But I'm trying to get every little bit of last extra yard. And as you can see, we got the headwind. This is exactly what we want. This is how we make hole 9, is when we get this combination. Headwind plus short iron equals good things happen. So that's exactly what I was trying to do. And keep in mind, that's kind of my 1.1 per ring territory. So, and that's probably almost dead on because I'm going to be pulling up towards max. I'm thinking 1.1, I don't know, 4. Because it's almost going to be dead max. It's 3.5 rings. So that's what we're going to be doing. Keep in mind the ball guide is going to compress. So we'll want to keep that a little bit heavy. And you can see that's what I'm doing here. So I'm keeping this ball guide intentionally heavy. Just figure out how much we want. So again, you can see it's going through the hole there because it is going to start to collapse down. And all we're trying to do is maybe get that second hop right in front of the hole to where it just kind of scoots forward into it. And again, 3.5 rings here. So there's 0.5 rings, 3.5. Let's just see how this comes out. Good opportunity to be aggressive here. You can see it's coming right in, and I actually made it. So, very nice finish there. Kind of going to be like, and that's one of those things, I could have had a couple more drops. But as I mentioned, it's only a matter of time until I actually get them to fall. If I keep shooting like this, there's no reason I can't make 4, 5, 6 of these. Because every hole has a strategy. I know my win per rings for pretty much every shot. So this is the type of learning that you want to do. And as you can see, my tiebreaker is always going to be very, very high. We're never going to have scores there which aren't, 850 plus, for example. So we're always going to have those high scores. So again, these are the major concepts that you want to just try to master. And of course, if you have less wind balls, and if you want to use Mojaves or whatever, that's fine too. Even loop spiders. But when I'm looking at a tournament like this, I know with the better wind balls, I'm going to be able to put up a beast score. These are as you can see, every single one of these shots is a scoring shot. So I have 9 scoring shots for 9 holes. Anytime that every hole is a scoring shot, I'm going to be very aggressive and I'm going to play that way. So that's why you saw, for the most part, I stayed very aggressive with the very good wind balls. Because I know if I get that wind down, that means I have to play less wind effect. You got to keep in mind, a 4 wind has less effect than, you'll have to play the ball guide through the hole a lot more or keep it shorter, much more shorter if those winds are 7. So getting those down to 4 is what turns this into a very high scoring 9. But, technically you can still do it with the 7s. It's just you're gonna have to take that next level of thinking. But you also have to be thinking, we're playing for, 6 of the pro. I'm essentially exchanging balls here because I used like 7 spiders, which is essentially a pro D1. So I'm essentially just exchanging those out and bringing in the loops and the Mojaves, which I'm, in theory, I'm okay with that for this 9. Because, come weekend time, again, you get the opportunity to win 15, 20 of them. So if you break even throughout the week, it's okay. You'll still be able to recoup some of those balls in, the weekend round, for example. So these are the things that, it just takes. And again, if you guys want to use those, better balls, it's just making your shots that much easier. You'll be able to focus on a little bit more precision play and not having to worry about so much wind effect. Because you can see the amount of wind effect I'm playing is relatively easy to consider. Once those winds get to 7-8 miles per hour on consistent, you got to keep in mind the ball guide's expanding way more. The ball guide's compressing way more. Yes, you can still make it, but you have to be thinking, you have to be using next level thinking and saying, if my ball guide just compressed that much on hole 9, if I would have had a loop with that same wind, how much more would I need to compress? I would have needed to play it at least another yard or two behind the hole because the ball guide was going to compress down that much more. So those are the things that you want to be thinking about, but this is what, it's going to take to really put those, high scores and, regardless if you're using a grid or not, the best way to score high is just to get more game knowledge. Whether I have my grid or not, I can count, for the tournament. So keep that in mind. Good luck. Let me know how it went, and see you guys next time. Take care.